Welcome, 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 everybody. How y'all do? Welcome to Late Nights with the Godfather every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Definitely appreciate y'all being here. We got some our featured guests tonight. Let me 1 second here. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Late Nights with the Godfather every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, with our guest tonight. We've got Brian, U.S. Army, as our featured guest tonight, and M3tro Boomin is going to be our musical guest tonight. So definitely appreciate y'all being here tonight. Yo! So make sure y'all hit that. What's up, Red? Okay. Hey, definitely appreciate y'all. As y'all know, every Wednesday night we got Late Nights with the Godfather right here, where we feature different influences here on the Tagged app and also musical talent. So, hey, appreciate that, Red. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. So, ooh, thank you for the love. I appreciate that. Hey, make sure I fill up all these people up in here. Hey, Maria D, what's up? Appreciate that. So, yeah, we got a star-studded show as usual. We got the host of Honored, Your Story with Brian. He'll be here shortly. We also got M3tro Boom is going to be our musical guest tonight. As always, we're always looking for guests, talented guests, as far as music, comedians, all that. So if you know anybody that's is talented, hey, send them my way. Just have them DM me on Instagram, the Godfather of Tagged. So make sure that you message me over there or come into my live, and we'll have a short little, I guess, audition for the most part. And if you're talented, if I like you, guess what? More likely you're just going to be on the show. So I don't think they fixed the echo. So we're going to welcome our co-host, King of Diamonds. Oh,
Yo, echo.
we
Yeah,
have
we
an
still,
echo.
we still got the echo, huh? Shout out to everybody up in here going down the line. I see y'all up in here, all the bosses up here. Maria, IDS, huh? Indica, Godfather, man, as always. Big salutes. How you doing over there, brother? How you doing over there, brother?
Well, since we're going to play the mute game again tonight, I probably will not see the comments because I'm not going to keep going back and forth. So, y'all just, the comments are just going to be gone. So, I have to mute back and forth. I love the background, though. It's a little spooky. He's got the all black, and, so a big shout out to King. Oh, okay. Okay. Yikes. I don't think I want to meet that in a dark alley. But welcome, everybody, to Late Night with the Godfather. While we got a few moments too, tell us a little bit about what you got going on. I know King can be busy out in these tag streets. So let's hear a little bit about what you got going on.
Yo, man. If y'all just tuning in, late nights with the Godfather, got me lagging a little bit. Okay, it's all good. Yeah, late nights with the Godfather every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, man, we got a lot going on tomorrow. We got Wake and Bake morning show, myself and Rello every Tuesday and Thursday, 9 a.m. Eastern. Make sure y'all come over and check us out in the mornings. Um, we also got our newest show, His and Hers. That's at 5 p.m. Eastern every Thursday with Kia Red and myself, my co-host Kia Red. And man, yeah, and we got getting lit. So yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a big day. We got getting lit going down tomorrow. Trending at the number one spot every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. You don't want to miss it. It's gonna be another costume edition. This time we're gonna be doing it big for the ladies. And and we having a costume party. So everybody, if you got a costume, come over and check us out. Come to the live. Come to the costume party. First 10 people hop up in the box with their costume. Want to show it off, model that thing. Little zombie style model that thing. Hey, first 10 people hop up in the box are going to get a prize, and the biggest supporter is going to earn this tag Alexa that we got here. So check us out tomorrow. It's gonna be a whole vibe. It's gonna be a movie. Hey, but tonight, hey, we got some big bosses in the building. So hey, make sure if you ain't got somebody in here, fade them real quick, cause there's number boss energy in here. Godfather, what we got, man? Who we got on this thing?
So tonight we've got Brian, U.S. Army. He's going to be our featured guest. He did tell me he's on his way home, so he maybe a few minutes, but we'll have M3tro be performing here shortly. As soon as he lets me know he's ready. And I'm not sure if he's here yet, but also I want to make sure I mention every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, we have Calypso's Lasting Love. As y'all notice, it's kind of shifted. The whole show is still about lasting love. It's still about relationships, but a lot of it's geared towards our experience together and what we've been through as far as a long distance relationships. Make sure y'all check that out every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's definitely been very interesting to see other people come on there and tell their story and how they met. And you'd be surprised when people actually met here on the app. And so, hey, I think it's pretty dope. It maybe a new trend, who knows? But let's see if we've got. Do we have M3tro in here yet? M3tro, you up in here? Putting out an APB for M3tro. Right, everybody's looking. He's been busy out here in these streets, though, in these tag streets. But the energy, I have to say, as far as the energy. He's always got great energy when it comes to when he's on the show or when he's streaming and all that stuff. So it's definitely big boss, like you said, big boss energy. So definitely looking forward to having him perform here in just a few moments. He always seems to have. Hey, thank you, light skin guys. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for everybody for the support. Thank you again. I was actually counting today to see how many shows we've done. This is show number 40. This is episode number 40. And this is 2 years worth of shows, right? This is 2 years worth of shows that we've been doing and 2 years worth of features. So definitely a big honor of that. So yeah, the big four. Oh, I know. Lordy, we hit 40. Like, wow. So hey, we got M3tro Boomin up in the building. M3tro, are you ready? Is he ready? Are you ready? Is he ready? Are you ready? I don't know. He's not saying anything. Real quick before King Box, let me get you to say.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna get M3tro Boomin up here to this box, man. In case you just tuned in, hey, to the hottest, latest show, and we finna turn y'all up right quick. M3tro finna get up here in this thing, turn y'all up. Hey, so y'all keep it positive in the comments. Show everybody some love. When you see him hit the box, hey, M3tro, go on, get up here and do that thing. Honey Dip, I see you. Let's go. And we out of here, baby.
So I want y'all to welcome. I'm sitting here hollering about M3tro's ready, and I'm on mute. Hey, but M3tro is ready. So right now, I want y'all to welcome our musical talent tonight, none other than M3tro Boomin.
beat. Looking bad, looking better when I mix it up. Can't eat it all, cause I know that she will give it up. Running through the house, making noise when I beat it up. You're running through my mind like that money, know I fuck it up. I wanna see you, baby, just I wanna see you, baby, just one, good like this, oh baby, that's one good like this, oh.
Let's go, Godfather! Let's go! You don't never stick around for the doggone questions. I guess I'll get them with the questions on the next performance. M3tro, next time you perform, we got some questions for you. He's like, Godfather, let's go! Drops the mic. Boom! So, I think our guest is here. I'm just guessing. And I know what I forgot to do. Like, I know he's like, drop the mic. Poof. We got big boss energy coming up and just flying up in here. Woo! Hey, our guest just flew in, y'all. So give me 1 second here. He just flew in. So let's get King back up in here. Look at that. How you fly in with some style? Like, you know, he flew in on the C-130, you know, and then he jumped out like a airborne, like. Now remember, tuck and roll when you hit the ground there, brother. Tuck and roll. I've never, straight from funeral. Wow. I know, he's like, hey, yo, I got funeral detail, but I need y'all to fly me into the Godfather show. So, was it on a C-130? Y'all know what a C-130 is? And then he just, you know, he's like, you know what? My whole philosophy was I'm never jumping out of a perfectly good plane. But let's get our co-host up here for just we got a few questions for Brian whenever he's ready. But get King up here. Now, if y'all are just tuning in, this is Late Nights with the Godfather. It's every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. This is show number 40, show number 40. All right, our featured guest tonight is Brian, U.S. Army. He's the host of Honored, Your Story with Brian. We'll let him tell you a little bit more about that here in just a few moments. And our musical guest is M3tro, Boomin. Of course, don't want to forget our energy-filled, awesome co-host, King of Diamonds. So I hope you all are enjoying your night. I am the Godfather. So yeah, show number 40. Definitely excited about this. This gentleman here is like a brother from a different mother. The fact that I got the opportunity to call him friend. Oh, the box is tripping. It's tripping. It's like, oh, not that kind of tripping. Okay, gotcha. All right, just wanted to make sure that, like, I thought he was tripping out of the box, or the box was like, you know, how, you know. But I'm gonna mute while he hops in the box real quick. So
Yeah, it's not even the box. I see what's wrong now. It's my iPad. Hold on. My iPad just like, hold on. I don't want to be on the internet right now. My iPad's like, no, we don't want to do the show tonight. Hold on, let me try again. I got kicked all the way out of here. Brian, you made it, Brian. I had a joke ready and everything. You know, he flew in here. I was about to say, yeah, Brian's here, everybody. He flew in here, and boy, his arms are tired. Okay, who know that old joke? Somebody gets it. What's up, Maria? What's up, everybody? Shout out to everybody up in this thing. Y'all know what time it is. Currently, my iPad's like thinking about joining tag, but it look like it don't want to join tag, so it look like I'm gonna be right here for a second. What's up? Yeah, it's a new. Hold on, let me turn this light up a little bit. It's a new little situation. Yeah. Where is our special guest at, Brian? Brian, we need you to the panel, sir. Boomin, we need you also to the panel because you didn't answer no questions. He's resting his arms. RDS, okay, yeah. His arms are kind of tired. He did fly in. Well, I got a joke. Uh, um, what did the zombie say that got him slapped on his first date? Huh? Anybody? 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 What did the zombie say that got him slapped on his first date? Huh? Yeah, the zombie. Give up? You guys give up? Okay, he said, "Can I have some brains?" Huh? Somebody gets it. Brian's on the way, everybody. We got Late Night with the Godfather every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Y'all know what time it is. Huh?
It looks like our guest is ready. Our guest is ready. Let's go and welcome our featured guest tonight, Brian, U.S. Army. Let y'all put y'all hands together for Brian. Oh, and then it kicked everybody out the box. Wait a minute.
All right, guys, you heard it here first. Hashtag fix the glitch. All right. I've been going around telling everybody hashtag fix the glitch. Anytime you hear that glitch, go ahead and put that on the chat. So hashtag fix the glitch. Let's go, Calypso. I didn't know if I was going to make it, guys. I really didn't. I literally just got back from funeral detail. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, put a couple cool pictures from today on my Instagram and on my Snapchat. So that's pretty cool. Me in uniform, my guys with the bugle and all that good stuff.
Nice. And we're going to get our co-host back up in here because he jumped right out the box. So let's do this real quick and get him up here and mute him as well. Because we're going to have to. Yikes. Okay. All right. So, level 54. Oh. Get in there now. All right. So it's a little bit different format tonight. Oh, and we've got the shot. Oh, and this is for you. All right, now it's Ramon. Hold on, we gotta see what Ramon's got to say. Hold on.
Hey, ladies, I got a bone to pick with you, huh? Somebody gets it.
All right, so as y'all know, Brian is one of our top streamers here on Tag, and he has a featured show called Honored, Your Story with Brian. So, Brian, tell us a little bit about that show. What was your inspiration for that show?
All right, so the show is called Honored, Your Story with Brian, where we have active duty and prior military personnel on the show to talk about their service and what it meant to them. Now, as far as my inspiration, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not the one who came up with the show. The show is actually originally done on Meet Me by a great streamer named Bart, who is prior service, and he runs it over there. He does a great job. Chris actually reached out to me over here on Tag and was like, hey, I'd really like you to do a featured show. What were you thinking? I was like, oh man, I like what they do with the blind dates and stuff like that. He's like, actually, what do you think about this? It's like, I would really love it if you did this show. And I was like, I took all my ideas and I was like, yeah, okay, that one. That's me. That's me all day. You know, and it's been near and dear to my heart since I got a hold of that show, and I love it. I love being able to have people on the show to talk about their experiences and really just get different perspectives from all around. We've talked about from trials and tribulations of transferring into the military and the hardships and the mental mind-boggling things that you got to do, to the hardships of relationships, to the hardships of PTSD, post-traumatic stress, and things that really do affect us on a large scale, and even how vets are treated afterwards. You know, real issues, and really seeing some of the raw and some of the streamers that you love to talk to every day.
Yeah, because I mean, I actually had the opportunity to kind of impromptu be one, I think either the first or one of the first guests on the show. For anybody that doesn't know, I am an Army veteran. I did serve 3 years in the Army. I was kind of what they would call a short timer. I didn't do, wasn't a lifer. I didn't do, I had all intentions of doing all 20 years. 3 years in, after being to the desert, deployed to the desert so many times, I can hardly keep count. I was like, you know what? I don't think this is for me. So out came the beard, and away went the Army. So, but right. So, but definitely, definitely, yeah, I think I've told you before. Appreciate your service. He's Brian's put in 15 years of his life serving our country, fighting for all of our freedoms. So definitely a big shout out to him, because I'd actually be retired right now if I would have stayed in. I would be retired. I'd be collecting a pension right now if I would have stayed in, but I didn't. So I was not one of those people. But so, what are some of? You know, we're gonna kind of turn this around like we normally do, because we talk about on Brian on his show, we talk about everybody else's experiences in the military. He tells some of his stories. We're kind of going into that a little bit. What are some of the? And I'm gonna use some of his questions too as well. Just kind of kind of flip it around on Brian tonight. But what is some of the most memorable things for you for basic training?
Well, all right. So, as we all know, I came in 15 years ago, and that was a different army than it was today. From basic training, my most memorable moment was the laundry room. All right. And let me tell you what happened. All right. So, back then, drill sergeants really did put their hands on you. We had this guy, his name was King. Different King, right? His last name was King. Won't forget him. But he always ran his mouth. He was always the reason why the entire platoon got smoked, and he didn't know when to quit. And one time, King, myself, and another soldier were down in the laundry room doing our laundry, and the drill sergeant came in, and King said some sly ass remark. I can't tell you what he said, right? Drill sergeant looked at the other soldier and said, "Hey, go outside on the other side of the door and make sure nobody comes in." He looked at me. I was already at parade rest. Drill sergeant comes in here at ease, right? Until he says, "But no, as you were." Hardest thing for me is not to cuss. So if I cuss, just raise your hand up like that, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." Anyways, so he's looking at me. I'm standing at parade rest at the dryer, right? Laundry right in front of me. And he walks up to King, and he was like, "Do we have an issue here?" And before, like, he actually started to say something back to the drill sergeant. Before he got a syllable out, the drill sergeant just punched him right in the gut. Punched him right in the gut, and he goes down. And drill sergeant looks at me. He said, "You see anything?" I said, "Negative, drill sergeant. I'm just doing my laundry." I didn't see nothing. That's what I thought. He walked out. That was literally the most memorable moment in basic training. And it really did set something into me. Like, let's not mess around. Like, total line. Gotta do the right thing. So it was a different army when I came in, because I can't imagine doing that to one of the soldiers now and even think about getting away with it.
Yeah, because it was even a different. I went in 1995 through 1998. So yeah, they were definitely putting hands on soldiers in, and that was when they were just starting to do co-ed. Around that time, we were a co-ed bay in basic training at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. And my most memorable, I don't remember if I told them this on the show or not. My most memorable was actually when you get to basic training, you go to in processing, and the sergeants you meet there are nice. They're not drill sergeants. You're like, okay, this is kind of, you don't know, you've never been. Oh, sergeants are nice, cool, all right, nice, yeah. And then shark attack, yep. So then they put you on the cattle truck. All right, and for anybody who wants to know why they call it cattle truck, is because they stuff you on there like a bunch of cattle. You're all shoulder to shoulder, You can't move. All right. So we're thinking, okay, what's going on here? Taking a little ride out to our unit or whatever. And then we get there. They open up the door and like five drill sergeants say, "You got 5 seconds to get off this bus and get in formation." And we're like, "What the hell is formation?" So we're all scrambling out of there. We're like doing whatever. Okay. So we kind of get in some type of formation, I guess. They're like, "All right, hit the ground." So we hit the ground. No, roll left. They rolled us into a pile underneath a tree. We just kept rolling. They said roll. We're like, roll, roll, roll. And it was like, and then like roll right. So, needless to say, at that point, I was like, what in the hell? And then so they do all this. They call it smoking. All right, they're smoking a soldier, kind of like a blunt, but not quite like a blunt. Anyway, they're smoking a soldier, and one of the first questions they asked after that initial smoking is, okay, who wants to quit? Don't be a dummy and say you, because that's the dumbest thing you want to do because they're going to keep smoking you. Yeah, we had a few say, me. I was like, but anyway, so that's my most memorable moment in the army was basic training. So definitely interesting, but definitely a great experience. So now being in 15 years, all right, you're a soldier, you're a streamer, you're a family man. How do you balance all of that?
Ooh, balance. Sometimes it's tough. When I first started streaming, it was really tough. Actually, I want to say when I first started streaming after being back from deployment, it was tough. Because when I was deployed, that's when I first really got into a lot of the streaming. Because when I was deployed, I had so much extra time. The only things you do is eat, sleep, go to the gym, go to work, and then the rest of your time there's nothing to do. So streaming was a huge outlet for me to be able to communicate with the world and really just vibe with people and pass the time. When I got home, it continued to be a outlet for me as far as de-stressing and talking about my day, things that I wouldn't want to burden the family with, because when you're home, all my attention is at home. When I'm with the kids, all my attention is the kids. With the wife, it's with the wife. You got to be the rock, and you always got to be the rock. A real man does not bring his issues to the house, but supports the house itself. So just finding that balance between work, family, and streaming. Streaming is what I do for fun. Other people go out to the bars and they get messed up and they spend all their time doing other different hobbies. This is my hobby. Instead of golfing, I'm streaming.
All right, they need to put since they're gonna have this issue, they need to put the mute button a little more like in a place that was, convenient for me to do all this mess. But anyway, but yeah, definitely that balance between. I can only imagine. I didn't have a family. I wasn't married. I didn't have any children. When I was straight out of high school. So I was out there just living my life. Doing my thing. But of course, I got older. I can just only imagine the balance now, especially you know being in the military. I can't even imagine being. I don't think I could balance it. Like sometimes I have a hard time balancing it, and I'm just a civilian working a retail job. So I can only imagine, being a sergeant, being in charge of people as well. So I can only imagine. Um, what is probably one of the most memorable deployments that you've had in your 15 years as a soldier? Whoops. Hold up now. Dang it. Now I just.
So I've been on 3 deployments. All 3 deployments have been in the same location, Qatar, right? And that's south of Iran, east of Saudi Arabia. And each one of them has been a year. The first 2 deployments, first deployment was 2011. Second deployment was 2012 to end of 2013. And the third deployment was only supposed to be 9 months, but it ended up being extended to a year. And that was 2019. So all 3 locations have been Qatar. Now, I've definitely gotten to experience some really cool and amazing things in Qatar. But I think the coolest thing was one time I was out in the smoke shack. It was late at night on a 24-hour shift. And I'm sitting there. It's a big old beautiful moon. And I was just kind of daydreaming about my family. And then out of nowhere, this fox, this desert fox, because we're in, like, there's nothing really around our base. This fox comes out of nowhere, like outside and like on top of one of our bunkers. So a bunker is made of these cement walls, right? And then stacked with a bunch of sandbags all around them. Those are our bunkers. And this fox just poked its head up right over it, and he came up to me, and he got close enough where like I threw him a piece of chicken. And he ate the chicken. And just being out here in that desert with that big old moon and just seeing that fox pop his head over, that was my most memorable moment while deployed. That was enjoyable. That was enjoyable.
Yeah, because I can remember we were deployed to I was deployed to Egypt for Bright Star. We did that for a month. All of my deployments were training. But we had the Bright Star exercise, which is in Egypt. And then we did an exercise in Kuwait. I don't think there was a name for it, but we were there for 3 months. They were still there when I got out. I ETS before they left. But I'd have to say my most memorable was in Egypt. So we had this Sergeant Jewel. Sergeant Jewel was a goof. Like he was a comedian about everything. Like he was E5. Seemed like he never really took anything seriously or anything like that. He was just always making jokes. So one night, we had guard duty as well. So one night he decided to dress up like a Middle Eastern person, terrorist, and with another soldier, which was a friend of mine. And hold on, he's got.
To keep yourself out of trouble, we call that Op 4.
I'll say Op 4. So he dressed up as an Op 4, and he come running out going, guess what this soldier did that was on guard duty? He dropped his weapon and ran the opposite direction. He left his post. Oh, appreciate that, low. But yeah, he dropped his weapon, boop, turned around, and just started running. So that was probably the most memorable. I didn't get to see it or witness it, but I got to hear about it the next day. Nobody found out about it, I don't think, because he never really got in any trouble. He actually did it twice. The second time he did it, a soldier ran into some Constantine wire and got caught up in some Constantine wire. So it was definitely an interesting situation. So he only cut up his clothes. So yeah, no big deal. I guess. I wasn't one of the soldiers. I can't imagine if I was out there. There was a few other memorable things. We had a lot of different things happen in Egypt. We actually some Egyptian soldiers hit some British soldiers. They were riding on the tarmac on their Humvee, and the Egyptians got some of our old tanks. They're just screaming through the desert, not really paying no attention, and ran over and hit a Humvee from a British soldier and actually killed him. Stopped all training. Very unfortunate situation. But yeah, it was crazy. So that was probably my most memorable deployment. And I'm not even looking forward. I wouldn't even be looking for anything after that. It was definitely memorable. A lot of things it's a lot of memories you can have in an army, trust me. So yeah, now it's bringing back flashbacks. I don't know. Jeez. But we're going to get everybody to box down for a moment. We're going to have M3tro Boomin come up and perform again for us. Then right after that, we're going to have our co-host and Brian, U.S. Army, King Brian, U.S. Army, box back up. The audience is going to have a chance to answer some questions as well. And King, I believe, is probably going to have some questions, and he's going to take a shot for us. So King's got some questions. So let's get our guest up here, M3tro Boomin. 1 second here. Oh, it's got them all stretched out and stuff. All right, so I had to make sure I wasn't muted for a minute. I thought I was talking the whole time and I was muted. So all right, let's get Welcome again. If you're just tuning in, this is Late Nights with the Godfather every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. We got Brian, U.S. Army, right here as our guest, and M3tro is about to get up here. And we're getting another song. So here we go. Let's get him up in this piece.
She got my t-shirt and her panties on. She got my t-shirt and her panties on. Feeling pretty when you hit the door. Pretty when you hit the door. Waiting for you to come home. T-shirt and her panties on. She got my t-shirt and her panties on. Feeling pretty when you hit the door. Pretty when you hit the door. Waiting for you. T-shirt and her panties on. Feeling pretty when you hit the door. Pretty when you hit the door. Waiting for you to come home. She got my t-shirt and her panties on. She loading up, I'm walking through the door. She can light it up and let us blow. Cause I waited for you to go home. Smoking weed with the bags, zip the legs zigzagging. Blew the bag cause we had it. Drove the street to wreak havoc. Baby, you get on the cake and get that meat. Blood, and it's crazy how I'm going and catching bullets like birds. Chances I would get to it. Post the peek, better than doors. Ice around her neck and open her face, know that she cool. Underwear and a chill. Raw hanging over there. Yeah, she spread it out, now snatch your soul. I do the baby, take care. T-shirt and her panties on. She got my t-shirt and her panties on. Feeling pretty when you hit the door. Pretty when you hit the door. Waiting for you to come home. T-shirt and her panties on. She got my t-shirt and her panties on. Feeling pretty when you hit the door. Pretty when you hit the door. Waiting for you to come home. She like you like my throne. Bet you turn it up a song. Blue face is my money long. Hair tied up, she give me down. Hey, she give me down. She give me down. She got my t-shirt and her panties on. She got my t-shirt and her panties on. Feeling pretty when you hit the door. Pretty when you hit the door. Waiting for you to come home. T-shirt and her panties on. She got my t-shirt and her panties on. Feeling pretty when you hit the door. Pretty when you hit the door. Waiting for you to come home. T-shirt and her panties on. She got my t-shirt and her panties on. Feeling pretty when you hit the door. Pretty when you hit the door. Waiting for you to come home.
Okay, don't drop the mic this time, okay? Because I remember the first time he was on the show, I usually ask some questions to the musical guest, and every time he performed, he's like, drop mic. Drop mic. But I've been definitely been an honor to have him on the show. I was even honored to be with him on a couple of other shows as well. We just recently did Two Lies and a Truth. It was dope. It was fun. They thought I was telling the truth. So, you know, hey, but it kind of scares me because I lied really good and I almost believed it. But what are some of your musical influences?
Musical influences would have to be like a Tory Lanez and Drake, you know, because me, I'm not really scripted. So everything I do is like freestyle. So for me, it's experiencing the unknown. You know what I'm saying? Because first I was like a hip hop. I just recently came into like R&B probably about maybe 6 months ago. So when I came to your show the first time, I had a whole nother set and a whole nother vibe of music. I'm on a whole nother wave now. So I was like, let me bring back something fresh. So I put everything else in the vault and I'll be coming out with everything that's just fresh and brand new. So I had to say like Drake, Tory Lanez, like a Meek Mill. That is like probably like my top three. Probably top three.
So, how long have you been doing music, and can we find you on any platform right now?
Well, see, I've been doing music for a while. See, I started out playing the drums when I was like 6 or 7. But music runs through my family. Like my dad plays the guitar. My mom, she's a veteran. Shout out to the veterans. Yeah, she's a veteran. She used to sing the cadence, and she was in infantry. You know what I'm saying? So singing runs way through the roots. So I mean, as far as recording probably 2.5, 3 years, like serious wise. Because I always been like the studio guy, like the engineer, the producer. And then I just started playing. And they was like, "Oh, you sound pretty good." And I was like, "Oh, all right." And I was like,
Well, he dropped the mic again. You know, he's really good at dropping the mic. Maybe he's coming back to the mic. Oh, oh. So let's welcome our co-host up here again, real quick. And
Let me tell y'all, me and Bonnie gonna tell y'all what it was like. Bonnie, what happened, Bonnie?
I'm tell y'all, they was like, you know what I'm saying? He Godfather with the fame, cuz. Him with the favorite, cuz. That's all they had said. They were like, he Godfather with that favorite.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying.
We helped him out. I got you, big dog, wherever you at. You know what I'm saying? Shout out M3tro and everything. He was on the Getting Lit show. Man, hell of a performer. Hell of a performer. We love the energy. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Like, he the type of performer that, yeah, he's a live performer. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, check him out. Hit him with the favorite. All of that. Where Brian at? Because Brian owed me like a shot. Brian, where you go? Because he owe everybody in here a shot. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing, man? Positive energy. Look, everybody. Look, in case you just tuned in, don't be alarmed. This is Late Night with the Godfather every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Godfather, tell them about the YouTube while we waiting on Brian to get up here.
so real quick too, the YouTube channel is The Godfather Tagged. That's where you can catch out the previous shows from the old show and this current show, the Late Nights with the Godfather. And of course, you can check out King on his Getting Lit, GETN apostrophe lit, LIT. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification button. So make sure you check those out and see all the past shows and that. It looks like Brian is ready to get back up in here. So let's get Brian back up in here on the show. And this is y'all opportunity if you have any questions to ask a few, and I'm gonna have some as well. And we know we're gonna have that stinking echo. Listen, this is a service announcement, public service announcement for Tag. All right, we're going on strike. Nobody's gonna stream for a week if you don't fix this. No, I'm lying. Y'all ain't gonna stop. Y'all ain't gonna stop. I already know. So I'm lying. We ain't gonna. But yeah. So someone's got those diamonds to hit each week. But anyway. But yeah, this is also y'all opportunity. Because can you imagine if we emailed a certain admin and say, hey, look, all top badges aren't streaming for the entire week. Give us our week of rest until you fix the till they fix the echo. You think that would work? Like, we're gonna find us some new top streamers. So if y'all are just tuning in, this is Late Nights with the Godfather every Wednesday night. Yeah, they'll give you a rest, all right. What happened to Godfather and everybody? Our special guest tonight is Brian, U.S. Army, host of Honored Your Story with Brian every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern and M3tro Boomin. Also, just a real quick too, right after this, make sure you tune in to Eye Candy Wednesday with Calypso the Lioness, where she also showcases, sometimes it's the battles, sometimes it's just other people just get an opportunity to be able to tell a little bit about themselves. The ones that are just kind of coming up in the streaming ranks, gives an opportunity to tell a little bit about their experience and things like that. So Make sure you hit her up with that fave and tune in right after this at 10 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday night. So there's the plug there. But yeah, so it's definitely been an honor to be part of this show and part of this community. I definitely love the tag me. I wouldn't have been here for 3 years if I didn't. So with that being said, what is some of your most memorable situations or streams here on Tagged?
Um, Before I answer that question, I just want to say, you guys, I only see 2 Jets on that board. We got all these beautiful people, all these beautiful badges, all these beautiful bouncers, and we only got 2 Jets on this board. Oof, oof. We do have to make our 80K. Guys, please support your streamers. If you absolutely love them and you want to continue to see them do great and continue to entertain you, make sure you help us get to our 80K. Drop those Jets. Answer your question. My most memorable time on here was probably when I was in Seattle and I threw a tag party. That was awesome. We had about 7 streamers show up because it was still like COVID time. And I had this Airbnb rented out, right? And it was a really cool place. And just to look around and see 6 different streams along with my stream going on all at the same time. And we're jumping in each other's streams and we're just drinking and we're doing these games. It was just so much fun. And these are people that I met from Tag, and we just vibed. And that's what it's about, vibing, making good friendships that will actually last.
Damn move button. Yeah, I actually remember that because me and Brian were versing that night, and he's like, "Hey, look who's all here!" And I'm like, "Holy cow!" Like they had streaming stations all over the Airbnb, like everywhere. So it was like, oh, Ouija. What's the question that we're yes and knowing about? That's what I'm wondering. What's the question? Anyway, moving on. Because it says yes or no, I'm just wondering there should have been that's a close-ended question. What was the question? Are there going to be any more jets thrown tonight? And it went to yes, so I'm going with the yes. Yeah, so he was saying, definitely support those that put in the work. A lot of us top streamers and a lot of the other streamers put in the work to bring this entertainment each week, to bring these shows. King's a featured show host. Brian's a featured show host. I'm a featured show host. If y'all only had like just an inkling of what we do behind the scenes just to get 1 hour worth of show, just to get 1 hour, you would be amazed. So definitely a lot of work that goes into that. So I know King had a few questions. Let's see what King.
Yeah, man. Yeah. First off, I just want to say, man, appreciate everybody for coming tonight. I see everybody up here, all the bosses up in here. So shout out to all of the bosses in the cut. I see y'all ringing them bells. Shout out to our special guest, Brian. And I just want to say for all of our veterans, just big salutes, big shout out to y'all. You know what I mean? We appreciate y'all and all the work y'all put in. But yeah, just segueing over there, just back to that. I just had thought of some questions. Um, for one, this is to both of y'all guys. Anybody else in here, anybody that served, who killed somebody? Cause let's get to the brass tacks here. Who killed somebody? I'm talking about like, oh, he's dead. Oh, got him. We got him. Confirm.
All right, so here's the thing. Guess what question you should never ask a military vet and active duty person? That question. Because there's so much to that question. There's a lot of pain and a lot of deep and conflicted emotions that go in with that. And I can tell you, no, I've never killed anybody, and thank God. Right, that's not my position. Right, I'm in air defense where we shoot missiles that blow up other missiles, in planes out of the sky. So could there be somebody? Sure. But that's dealing with PTSD and other vets and other stories. And that's just a question you shouldn't ask a vet, because anybody who has gone through that kind of situation, it could be a trigger and something they just don't want to relive.
And I will say, just being from I've actually never been asked a question directly to me, but thankfully, yeah, that was something that I know in his 15 years of service, I'm sure he's probably been asked a bunch of times. But yeah, thankfully, in the time that I was in, I didn't have to. I was artillery, so what we do is we lob big, large, exploding objects towards targets, that could potentially take out, you know, large vehicles and all that stuff. So yeah, it's like you're saying, it's definitely something that could be a trigger. And I know obviously King didn't, mean anything by it, so I know that it wasn't like, so I don't want anybody all of a sudden be like go in King's live like, you son of a rah, 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 like that. I know there's never anything, and everybody knows how King is, so I just want to put that out there. So I don't want anything started off of that, but yeah, it's never anything that I've fortunately never had to do. So
There we go. You see, y'all saw that? I made it work. Hey, no, actually, I'm thankful he asked it during the show. And the reason is that anybody who's watching can understand and learn something, right? And that was just it was a learning experience. That's it.
I don't know if I'm a little bit disturbed that he was licking his finger and touching it, like it was gonna play air guitar or something, or was he thinking it was something else? Anyway, so, but I think it's time for.
Hold up. At the end of the show, just another ding break, you know what I mean? And just another big shout out to all the bosses up in here, big salutes to Brian, U.S. Army, our special guest, you know what I mean? He got a show. He gonna tell you about it before we get up out of here. Godfather, let Brian tell him all about it, real quick for the one time.
Most definitely. We did talk about a little bit in the beginning. We can recap on it here just at the end as well, because he's had some memorable moments on the show as well. And I know I do remember one particular show that we had, and I actually caught part of it, and it was actually someone posing, I guess, as a veteran. They got in the box, got on the show, and some of the questions and the answers, some of the answers to his questions just didn't add up. So tell us a little bit about that, bro.
All right, so we're talking about. I won't use any names, but we had an individual who'd been coming to my live for quite a while, and and I thought I knew him, but that's the thing about these shows, or this platform, is you can portray anybody you want to be. But when it came to brass, and he was up in the box and he was answering the questions, they weren't adding up. Nothing was substantial, nothing was accurate, timelines weren't making sense, and so we called him on it. But we weren't vicious or malicious. We take everything, even the good and the bad, and try to make a teaching moment. And so we really just tried to get to the why he felt the need to be in the position where he felt like he needed to take recognition for something that he never did, something that my brothers and my sisters have died for. I can't take it serious enough when it comes to stolen valor. Right now, I'm on a funeral detail. I was late to this show because I was coming back from the detail. Like I was over 2 hours away. We drove over there. We did the service. The hardest thing I've ever had to do in my military career is to look a spouse in her eyes and hand her a flag that's been folded and say, on behalf of the President of the United States Army, and a grateful nation, please accept this flag as a symbol of our appreciation of your loved one's honorable and faithful service. Do you know how hard it is to say those two sentences while she's looking up at you with all that love, hurts in her eyes without getting choked up and crying yourself? It's almost impossible.
I don't know about y'all, but just thinking about it, I remember being just at my grandfather's funeral, and he was a veteran from years and years ago, and just these are older folks, and even this older gentleman that was a veteran that did the detail was choked up, and this has been decades. But I mean, it really doesn't matter, truthfully, but it had been decades. His wife had already passed. They were handing it to my father. My father's not emotional. I've never seen him cry. He didn't even cry during this. But just the pure emotion to be able to look someone's spouse or family member in the eye and say those words, I couldn't do it. I'd have tears going down my. I couldn't. I'm sorry, I just couldn't. I've been in the military. I was never, of course, made to NCO ranking. I wasn't really in there long enough, but I can't imagine going through that situation, and serving that type of detail. So I could say that'd be, and this is not his first. I've heard about some of the ones he's talked on the show. I think you've done like almost three. I think two or three, if not more, funeral details. Four funeral details. So 4 times he's had the honor, because it's definitely an honor, to serve in this detail, be the NCO, that would hand this loved one this folded flag, and say those. I can't repeat. I don't remember exactly what he said, but on behalf of the President of the United States and the U.S. Army and their faithful service of your loved one, here's this flag. So I think I did pretty well. Maybe I could do it. I don't know. That was no practice, but yeah. I mean, it's just, and really one of the things that Brian does talk a lot about on the show as well is mental health and mental health awareness and stuff like that, especially in the military. Tell us a little bit about that. I think he actually even heads a few things in the military when it comes to like equal thing, equality, and that. Tell us a little bit.
So those are like two different things. So yes, the EO, equal opportunity leader. I am the unit EO rep for the battery. But as far as the mental health and finding the different culture that we live in now versus the culture that you came into the army in, and seeing that getting help is not a weakness but a strength, because it's hard. It's really, really hard to stand up and be like, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. And it's hard to raise your hand and go get that help. It really is, because you're afraid that they're going to look at you different and you're not going to get the same achievements that you would have if you just kept your mouth shut and just kept pushing. It's hard. And we recognize that now. And we've changed, and we've worked so hard to change the culture to be able to get active duty and vets that help that they need.
Yeah, because I mean, I can, and it's hard as a civilian, okay? And you think about the pressure, a soldier goes through. It's even hard for a civilian. I know as a civilian to say, hey, I'm not okay. Even at some of the jobs. So just imagine being a soldier, and then there's a certain kind of like, I don't know if stigma is the right word, but a certain stigma over the years that if you're a soldier, you fight through it. You fight through everything. All right. You fight through anything, any battles that you're going through within, any battles that you're going through on the outside. You just fight through it and just keep pushing. And you don't say anything. And unfortunately, we've lost a lot of soldiers not in the battlefield. We lost a lot of soldiers in the battlefield in their mind, and that they lost that battle. And it's now I'm glad to hear that the military has taken these things much more seriously. And yeah, please don't lick your finger again. But anyway,
It really is. But even though that there's a change of culture, there's still work to do. There's still a lot of awareness to bring, and I mean, even just as recently as about 4 to 5 months ago, I forget exactly when, but here at Fort Sill, we had a soldier go down to the training site and blow his brains out, and it affects all of us. It really does. It's a gunshot felt through all ranks when one of ours takes our life. It hurts.
and the reason why I'm kind of hanging on this for a little bit because I feel like this is something that doesn't get talked about at all. And while I have this time, just like when he has the time to take the time, for any civilians and soldiers or whatever, if you are not okay, please talk to somebody. We've talked about this before. Please. My DMs are always open, and I will even give you my number, or we will talk on Instagram, video chat, or whatever. I don't care. I have literally talked my own mother down twice um, from having those thoughts. So I take it very seriously just from a point that I've had to deal with it with a family member. So just to have to deal with this somebody that's not, I mean, I take it very seriously when it comes to mental health, and especially things like that, because that's another reason why I continue to do this, because you never know what people are going through. You never know how you could touch someone's life in this stream, and to have a moment to just take this and talk about it, and take the rest of our time here. And so real quick, M3tro, we're not going to have you I'm not going to do a closing song. I'm going to take a little bit more time to talk about this, and we're going to talk about some few other things when it comes to this. So because I feel like this is something that's really important to continue to talk about. If you know somebody, look for the signs, people. There is signs that when it comes to people that are not okay, they're not gonna. A lot of times, they're not gonna flat out say, "Well, I'm just not okay." All right, just watch it. You got friends, check up on them. The ones that seem like the strongest are probably the ones that you need to check up on just as much as you need to check on the ones that are silent. Because when you be around somebody, even when we're around each other virtually, talk on the phone and stuff like that, sometimes when people are going through something, and just check on them. Hey, how you doing? What's up? And I'm glad that I built the relationships that I have over the years on this app, because it's given me the opportunity to make friends with people so that they're comfortable talking to me. So if I see something that doesn't look right, I'm gonna call them on it. I'm probably just gonna call them. Hey, what's up, dude? Or even a female. Hey, what's going on? Like, what's up? So, what do you feel like are some things that we could do in those situations, Ryan?
Without using any names, I can give you a perfect example of when it comes to even this app, and building those relations that we talk of. A fellow streamer of mine, who's on this app, I went into her live and I could tell she wasn't okay. She was emotional, but I could tell just the way she was talking, she was not okay. And I told her to end her live. I was like, end your live. Here's my number. Call me right now. FaceTime me. And she did. She ended her live and she FaceTimed me. And we were on the phone from probably about 1 o'clock in the morning to 3 a.m. and just FaceTiming. And I asked her, the hardest question you can ask somebody is, have you thought about hurting yourself or killing yourself? You think, oh, they're never going to answer that. They're not going to answer that. They do. They really, really do. It wasn't the first time I've had to ask that question. There was one time we were in the field, and I had a soldier who was going through a lot of trouble, a lot of problems at home. And I said, "Have you thought about suicide?" And he said, "Yes." And then there's a follow up question. The follow up question is, "Have you made a plan?" And he said, "I've thought of a couple scenarios, but I haven't decided on one." That soldier got help, and he said that I was the reason he's alive today. That streamer, that conversation helped her. I wouldn't say it saved her life, but it definitely helped. It pointed her in the right direction. Just by being there and actually giving them that quality time and listening, you could save a life. Be aware.
Yeah, y'all heard him, man. You know, so like I mean, I can agree with everything y'all saying. You know, everything. You know, it's like really the tone in the room is sad, but it's serious. And like you said, you know, sometimes you know, hey, some things need to be said. And hey, uh, all our DMs are open. And hey, just reach out. Sometimes you know it's hard to reach out, but hey, we here. If you ever feel like we out here, you know. And yeah, thank you, Brian, again for you know blessing us, Godfather. You know what time it is. Hey, this is all I got.
And I did kind of I felt the shift too, but it was like it just really felt like something that really needed to be talked about. I know it's something that we've had some type of I've heard stories that we've had experiences that we've had to talk to people. I watch Instagram stories and Instagram posts very closely too, because I've had at least 3 people post something in their stories, and I'm automatically message them and left this long message. And one of them I don't even like. Like, I can't stand him. And when I saw that post, I put every little thing that I didn't like about him to the side. And I said, "Hey, man, are you okay?" And I just sent a message. And hopefully it helped. He's still here, still streams. So I'm glad that, I don't know, maybe he got some help or maybe he has some different thoughts. But when it comes to that, I take that extremely seriously. I don't care if I like you or not. If you're having those thoughts, I'm putting all that aside. So, but I think Brian had one other.
Yeah, I just wanted to end on one thing, guys, and when before I change the subject, remember, suicide doesn't end the pain; it just passes it to somebody else. On that note, Godfather, thank you so much for having me on the show. I was honored to be here. And speaking of honored, if you guys want to catch my show, it's every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we have active duty and prior military personnel on the show to talk about their service and what it meant to them. If you want to be a guest on the show, hit me up on my Instagram. All you got to do is click on my name. Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat are all in there. And you can, scroll through all my pics and be a little creeper. It's great. I love it. If you're going to creep, make sure you like every single one of the pictures, though. I mean, just bump that shit up. You know what I mean? On that, thanks so much for having me, guys. I love y'all. I'm going to go eat dinner.
And on that note, that is going to be the end of the show. Thank you all for being a part of Late Night Sleep with the Godfather every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, where our featured guest tonight was Brian, U.S. Army, along with M3tro Boomin. And don't forget about our host right here. Wait a minute. Anyway, don't forget our co-host, King of Diamonds, every Wednesday night. And I think King has got a few closing remarks as well.
Yeah, little close remarks, man. Great show, great show. Thank you again, Brian, for pulling up late nights with the Godfather every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. And make sure y'all come over and check us out, man. We got a lot going on for y'all tomorrow. You do not want to miss it. Hey, that's all I got. Salute to everybody in here. Appreciate all the bosses, babe. Hell of a show. Salute, Godfather. We out.
Well, again, like he said, definitely appreciate our guests tonight. Biggest thing that, when it comes to me streaming and the show is just who learned about our streamers tonight and who enjoyed the entertainment and who just got a chance to just, unwind on a long day. So thank you again for everybody that was part of the show. I appreciate all y'all, but like I say each and every week, if it wasn't for y'all, it wasn't for our guests, it wasn't for our co-hosts, it wasn't for all the viewers and all the supporters, none of this would be possible. Real quick, before we leave, big shout out to our number one, Calypso the Lioness, my baby. Brian U.S. Army at number 2. Lolo at number 3. We got Silver at number 4. And topping off at the top 5, we got Jen and Juice. So thank y'all for your support. I definitely appreciate it. Don't forget to tune in right after this. Go over to Calypso's Live. She's got Eye Candy Wednesday every Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. Or you also have B. Simone's Parenthood as well at the same time. So you can have 2 devices to check it out. So thank y'all again. It's been an honor to be a host of this show. Definitely appreciate everybody. And we out.